Well, I'd like to welcome Adrienne Pelletier to the Anishinabek News. And Adrienne just shared a fantastic keynote address this morning about the child welfare laws and has been integral in the shaping of this policy. So, Adrienne, welcome. And I'm wondering if you could give us like the highlight reel. What are some of the things that you've been doing and some of the challenges and some of the opportunities you see going forward?
Well, we've been negotiating with the provincial government for the last year and a half, and we're going into the final agreement.
Okay.
The framework agreement will be signed by the end of February,
Okay.
and the law is going to be implemented April 1, 2018, and the formal signing of that document will likely happen in the signing ceremony, and the big celebration is going to happen at the end of April, where
Okay.
we invite all of our citizens to the celebration, where we're going to exercise our inherent jurisdiction in child well-being, and the law is a prevention-based law. We still need
Okay.
protection, so we still have our agencies, but
Okay.
now we're going to start to really support our frontline workers,
Okay.
address some of the issues that bring children into care, like,
Right.
poverty and neglect. And so let's
Right.
just wipe those issues out
Right.
and not have to take children into care if it's not required. Try to prevent children from going into care, but when they do, it'll be customary care arrangements
Okay.
according to the community standards
I see.
of the First Nation that they come from. So
Okay.
the child will be cared for in the way that they want them to be cared for, as if they were in their own home.
Okay.
So, all those cultural practices,
Right.
um, whatever their family does, so to make sure that there's that cultural connection back to community, extended family,
Right.
so that children, don't get raised up by other peoples that
Right.
don't understand Indigenous culture, because,
Right.
we all come with that spirit of who we are, and as soon as we hear that drum beat, we feel like we're home,
Right.
and it's really important for Indigenous children to have access to their culture,
Sure.
their Anishinaabe name, their Noswin,
Okay.
their clan teachings,
Okay.
their ceremonial practices.
Okay.
And this is a right of every Anishinaabe child to have all of these rites of passage,
Yes.
whether they're in care or not.
Correct. Yes.
And we'll create healthier families, and parents, will feel hopeful, because, if I can, I know that there's an end to this. I will get my children back, because this is, my nation and my First Nation. And all the citizens are here to help me and provide that to lift us up. And it's whether we want to be lifted up or not, if we're
Right.
willing to take that help.
Right.
But we still need to protect our children,
Yeah.
but we need to make sure that they're in a culturally appropriate home, so that they stay connected with spirit and with their family. Anyway.
Right. And Adrienne, you referred to the title of the child well-being law.
Yeah.
What was the name of that? And you said what it actually meant when you translated it.
Yeah, so the coordinating body for the Anishinabek Nation Child Wellbeing
Okay.
Law is called Koganaawswin, and the
Okay.
Koganaawswin means the act of raising up your children. The community raises up the
Okay.
children. It's not just the individual family. So it's that act of Koganaa. You bring them along and you take care of them.
Right. Miigwech. I know you have a secret that you can't share with us yet. Will the secret be revealed on April the 1st?
No, actually, we expect that there's going to be some really good news
Okay.
around child well-being in the month of February. I expect
Okay.
that'll be public, and we're very excited about the changes that are coming, and
Okay.
it'll only support, our children, youth, and families from our communities and make sure we're all connected.
That's fantastic. And now the signing ceremony, do you have an idea which region the signing ceremony?
No, we haven't picked, we wanted to make sure it's, in community somewhere, but it's
Right.
also accessible.
Right.
And, but we want to have a big celebration, likely the end of April, and we're asking our citizens and our grandmas and our
Right.
grandpas and our aunties and uncles
Right.
to come and celebrate with us, because it's a very historic event that,
It is- Yes,
And the
indeed.
minister is going to exempt the Anishinabek Nation,
Okay,
those communities that want the law in their community.
okay.
They will follow the Anishinabek Nation Child Wellbeing Law.
Okay.
They will no longer be required to follow the Child Youth Family Services Act come April 1, 2018.
Oh, that's exciting
It's
news.
super exciting
Wow.
because, it'll be better outcomes for us and
Yes.
for our children.
It's like a reset,
Yes.
a reset.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, in 2018, I know this has been a long journey of getting to where we are now. Can you talk about that a little bit? Like how
Sure.
long have you been doing this work?
So I've became the social director for the nation in 2008, and I discussed with my political office that we already had the mandate from previous resolutions. So
Okay.
I was encouraged to pursue this, and so I started to pursue child welfare jurisdiction because we called it child welfare at the time.
Right.
And as we're going around, we engaged community. We went, made regional presentations. We went into the community and asked them, what do we need to change?
Okay.
What do you want in our own law for child well-being? So we took all of that input over many, many meetings and lots of information that they provided to us. And Tracy O'Donnell
Okay.
was a part of it. She's our legal counsel. She read all of that input, and she made the law out of that input.
Okay.
So the law came from the people,
All right.
and this law is a living law, so it'll evolve over time as we
Right.
need it to evolve.
Right.
So I'm pretty excited about, coming to where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we were starting to struggle, and people told me that this is going to take you 20 or 25 years to do,
Mm-hmm.
I realized, well, I don't have 20 or 25 years. And I knew how challenging this was going to be. So
Right.
we started in ceremony.
Okay.
So about a year and a half in, I decided that I needed to go fasting.
Okay.
So I fasted for the Anishinabek
Okay.
to have our own law for our children and our youth
Okay.
and our families. And 9.5 years later, less than 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
this will come to fruition.
Wow.
And if you start in ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
the Creator will help us, and our ancestors are with us 100%, pushing us forward.
Pushing us, guiding us, teaching us.
That's right. So,
Well, this is a remarkable journey that you've been on in under 10 years to be able to bring to where we are going shortly. And that the signing ceremony will be in, how many months is that? February? March?
3 months.
3 months away.
Yeah, it's super exciting, and I was actually, starting to think about all the planning that we need to go into this.
Right.
So we're going to start to gear up for the big celebration very soon.
Right, so
Yeah.
we're at this point now where you can start rolling it out, and now it's about the implementation and
That's
how.
right, and we are,
how to
the
share that.
Koganaawswin will be the implementation body.
Okay,
And we're looking for folks that might want to work in the regions. You don't have to come to the head office. We can
Right.
work with you because you need to service,
sure.
all of our 4 regions, the
Yeah.
Northern Superior, Lake Huron, Southwest, and Southeast. So
Okay.
we need staff in all of the regions so that we can support our First Nations, all our frontline warriors who do this great work.
That's right.
Our child and youth mental health workers, our healthy babies workers. We need that support.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Adrienne. I know you've put in a long day today. I thank you for the work that you've done and
Thank you.
introduce the new policy. Miigwech.
Miigwech.